Hey guys, Junior Gamer TV here. Today I'll be telling you guys how to get the Migura, instructions and everything to get it. So, yep. So basically what you're going to want to do is, I'm going to tell the quest in this order. Her. So red, blue, and yellow. So basically what she's going to ask for, she's going to ask two of the same fish but with different mutations. So, the fish she's going to ask for is a sunken Grand Reef Guardian and a shiny Abyssal Grand Reef Guardian. And now I'm going to be telling you guys how you can get it. Alright guys, now we're here. So basically, what I recommend, have an Aurora active. Well, obviously I'm going to pop one right now. So, I also recommend strongly that you have the entire Sunken Run Mastery completed. Just so this goes fast and smoothly. Because if you don't, this is definitely going to take you a while. Because I'm pretty sure the Sunken Rod, or the Sunken mutation on the Sunken Rod is like, I feel like it's either 8% or it's 5%. I'm pretty sure it's 8%. So, I recommend having Sunken Rod Mastery because once you complete it, it's definitely going to increase your chances. And it's definitely going to make it around, I think, 13 once you get the Mastery completed. And it really doesn't take long. It really doesn't. It should really take you 2 Auroras at least. And if you don't get it first try, that is okay. And now that we have the Sunken Grand Reef Guardian out the way, and it shouldn't take a long time, we're going to move on to the shiny Abyssal Grand Reef Guardian. Now, there are lots of ways to get the Grand Reef Guardian with the shiny and Abyssal effects. Now, there's different ways. Appraising, catching. I strongly recommend if you appraise it. Because here's the thing. Getting shiny and Abyssal, I admit, is not hard. Just use Abyssal Spectre Rod. But if you just wanted to go way faster, I recommend just having that. Because pop a shiny search totem, pop a mutation search totem, it'll go smoothly. Sure, it may cost you a couple $100,000. I'm just kidding. But yes, you can also catch it with your Abyssal Spectre Rod as well. I just recommended the way I got mine. But you can do what you wish. You can catch it and you can appraise it if you want to. Now that we have the blue girl out the way, we're going to move on to Migura's Quest. That's how I say her name. Do not judge me in the comments. So now, what we're going to do is head to Luminescent Cavern. And she's actually going to ask for a blue-lip batfish with the Crimson and the Sandua mutation. Now, there are different ways to get the Crimson mutation. One being appraising, which is a common way of getting it. But you can just have someone from, if you don't have Crimson Cavern yet, I think that's how you say it, Crimson Cavern. Yep, Crimson Cavern, yep. So, if you don't have it unlocked, you can just have someone with Scarlet Spincaster Rod, which actually has a 30% chance to give the Crimson mutation. You can just have someone catch it for you and give it to you. Or, like I said, you can just use the Scarlet Spincaster Rod and catch it yourself with the Crimson mutation. It shouldn't take that long. Now, the Sandua mutation is more complicated because there's only 2 ways to get it. One is catching yourself with the Sanduan Spire, which is a admin rod, which can only be obtained during the admin event, aka the corruption event. Once it is activated, you can buy it, I'm pretty sure for 10 million in the music venue. And you also can use the Blood Reckoning enchant to sacrifice your health for a chance to get the Sanduan mutation. It really takes you about 5 minutes once you have everything you need. And now that we have both of their quests out the way, it is time to move on to the final and third member of their trio, Tawou. So basically, she's going to ask for a largemouth bass with the shiny King's Blessing mutation. Basically, the King's Blessing is a mutation that can only be given by the Poseidon Rod, which can be bought after you complete the Poseidon Trial, which I made a tutorial on in my video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And once you have the Poseidon Rod, I recommend having having Blessed and Glittered on it, and then having a shiny surge on top of that too. And a rainbow too, just for good measures, just that type of thing, because I'm pretty sure it gives shiny and sparkling boost. And after that, she's going to ask you for a shiny solar largemouth bass. So the solar mutation can be actually given by the Daybreaker Rod, which can be purchased for 750k at Score Your Reach. and I will be making a video on that pretty soon. actually. So once you actually catch both of them and give them to her, you will be like before we continue this, I have to mention the fact that they give you bobbers every time you complete the quest. So for example, I'm just gonna call her Migu because I don't care. She's actually going to give you the mini Grand Guardian bobber. Migura, I'm gonna keep calling her name, do not judge me. She's actually going to give you the red lip batfish bobber. And once you complete her quests, she's gonna give you a not so large mouth bass bobber. Now, what I want you to do is head on over to Roslit Bay. Specifically towards the volcano. Because you're going to need to go to the top of it. And there are lots of ways to go up there. To go up there, you can take a ride on a Lord Sorcerer, use coil, or just parkour. I recommend having a coil. You're going to want to go to the second one at the highest peak. Or the second highest peak. And then once you do go up here, we're going to need you to hit the bird brain emote and do it until you are given a red herring. And now you're going to want to head over to Sunstone and do the exact same thing. Hit the bird brain emote. I'll catch up with you guys 1 second once we get to Sunstone. Alright, now that you got to the top of Sunstone Island, you will actually want to, like I said, hit the bird brain emote again until these words come on your screen. Now don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong, you actually did everything correct. And now we're going to want to head over to the cultist lair. And like I said, we're going to cut right now. Alright, now that we're in the cultist lair, we're going to actually want to head down to the second level. Well, the basement. Whatever you want to call it. Well, to the Hall of Whispers. And what you're actually going to want to do is actually equip the red lip batfish bobber. And what you're going to do is walk to this wall and cast a line. And then you're going to get the crimson rhythm handle. And then once you do, you're going to actually want to head down again. But this time, you're going to want to use the mini Grand Reef Guardian bobber that Migu gave you. I do not care what you guys say, I'm going to keep calling her that. Alright, and now you're probably wondering, where do we go in all of this mess? You're actually going to want to go right here and cast another line. And then you'll be getting the Melody Bridge Neck. And then you're going to want to head down to the Sanctum. And that is where you'll get the final piece. And then now you can use the not so large mouth bass bobber that the yellow girl gave you. Tawou. Alright, and now the place you want to actually cast your line is actually right here. Cast the line and get the pitch shift reel. And now, what you're going to want to do now is actually head back to Roslit Bay. So now, you're going to head and talk to this guy. And you're going to have an option, can you make something out of this? And I'm pretty sure he's going to charge you 1 million for it. So I recommend having, I just recommend having 7 million plus for this entire quest and overall. But yeah, he's actually going to make you a strange guitar, which actually will go in your inventory. And then what you're going to want to do is head back to the music venue and ask her if she can fix your guitar, which might actually take up around 4 million. I don't know if it's a random amount. And then once you actually do pay the money she asks you for, you will have the Migu rod and you will be ready to use it. Have a good day, everybody.